Hello, welcome to your in-depth weekly horoscope for week commencing the 2nd of March. It's going to be an incredible week, so please do stay with me to the end. This is for the Sun or the Ascendant. If you're new to my channel, could I just ask you to subscribe and also press on the bell notification symbol. This week begins with a quarter moon. Actually in the sky it looks like a half moon, and this one's in Gemini. Gemini, a bright and bubbly third sign of the Zodiac, very much to do with communications. But the moon in Gemini doesn't necessarily guarantee that we'll be in touch with how we feel. It's more that we can just say things. Things can just come out, perhaps even from a subconscious point. And it's square with the Sun in Pisces, suggests there could be some gossip doing the rounds. Or if someone tells you something that you're not expecting, do try to understand what their motives may be. But on Wednesday, Mercury, the planet of communication, which of course governs Gemini, ends its retrograde in the sign of Pisces and inverts into the sign of Aquarius. So it's still retrograde, still going backwards, but it's moved into Aquarius. Actually, this can be a good thing because Mercury likes being in Aquarius. It's exalted here, and it's more logical than the dreaminess, the wateriness that dilutes Mercury's accuracy when it's in the sign of Pisces. But it is still going backwards. A friend could be in touch, or a long-term plan that has stalled may come back into focus. But on Thursday, Venus, the planet of love, moves into one of its two home zones, the sign of Taurus. But it's going to be linking to Uranus, the planet of surprises. So when it comes to love, if you're single, it is possible that something can develop over the next few days in quite a lively and unexpected way. In an existing relationship, if things have become a little bit too predictable and a bit worn around the edges, a bit like that comfy pair of slippers, it's time to think of ways in which you can regenerate that initial spark you had. And that may mean both of you breaking away from your own personal routines and spending more time together. But if you can be spontaneous, then do be so, whatever your romantic status. Now, all through this week, the Sun continues to forge in Pisces a wonderful angle to Mars. And Mars is about passion, and it's exalted in Capricorn. So this gives us a lot of motivation, potentially. But then, from Thursday through to the end of the week, the Sun aligns with Neptune. This is one of those aspects where if we really want to be very compassionate and caring about other people, this is a fine time to be so. We can just have a natural compassion for others. But equally, Neptune can just take the edge off the Sun's drive, even though Mars has been supportive. By the end of this week, the conjunction with Neptune could make us feel a bit confused, a bit disorientated, lose a little bit of traction. But if we're anticipating it, which you will be by listening to this video, you'll know it's a fine time to do something that's altruistic, that can help someone else. But just be aware that perhaps the inner drive that has been more apparent of late can just die down a little bit. So if you're lucky enough to be able to plan your routine or your day to do something a little bit easier, a little bit less stressful, then that's a smart move. But if you're planning to do something quite vigorous towards the end of this week, just be aware that you may not quite have so much wherewithal as before. Your specific forecast, Capricorn, sees you able to express your ideas with real verve, passion and enthusiasm this week. You're surfing a very bright and bubbly new moon. Mars in your sign continues to link into that new moon and the Sun. So you can come across with conviction, with a real sense of liveliness, which can make you great fun to be with. But also the Sun goes on to connect with Neptune this week. And that can see you embracing the more imaginative side of your nature. So if you do want to write anything or express those ideas, It's not just about doing it with enthusiasm, you can do it with great subtlety and sensitivity as well. Now, as this week begins, there is a quarter moon in a very practical part of your situation. And it's angling up with the sun in your third house. So this creates a sixth third house axis, and that can create quite a lot of nervous energy. So the trick this week, I think, is going to be in applying your energy to the things that are really meaningful and not getting too diverted, because that distraction could lead you to feel a little bit stressed. Also, Mercury, the planet of communication, ironically, continuing to rotate backwards can cause some mischief. So you may be needing to tackle something to do with a technology issue or a device or a trusted appliance which haven't proved quite as reliable as you would like. But with Mercury inverted into Aquarius, how you go about mending, replacing, upgrading this particular item comes probably more down to the cost. So Mercury's retrograde can still help and support you as well as frustrate us all. Now, on Thursday, there's a marvellous event for you because Venus moves into your sector of love and passion. It's home zone of Taurus. And of course, it's another earth sign like you. So this can really see you very, very buoyant and emanating a very evocative energy which can draw goodness to you. But just who and how you go about connecting to others could prove to be a little bit of a delightful surprise, because Venus is connecting with Uranus. So if you're single, someone could come into your orbit over the next few days from Thursday who really does have an impact on you. Now, whether this is going to be an opportunity to mix and mingle and it becomes something more, or perhaps a passing fancy or something more substantive, depends on you and your personal situation. If you're in an existing relationship, clarity around communications between you and your partner is going to continue to be important. But if you feel a bit hemmed in, that you're not getting enough free time to express your own individual self, Venus's move could see you wanting to go out with friends and socialise more. Now, if a partner is happy to oblige and give you that space, I think it's going to be a very healthy thing. If they're not, there could be part of you that wants to assert that need to have some greater freedom, to have fun. It's been a real pleasure being with you. If you'd like to ascend above your zodiac sign and embrace personal astrology and understand what makes you tick beyond just where your sun's located, please see the link beneath this video where you can order your personal character analysis and also your 12-month forecast, and also achieve a 30% discount. Or you can choose to have a one-to-one personal consultation with me. But for now, good luck and goodbye.